welcome to today's edition of the Pastor's Study. We're going back to our journey in 2 Samuel after our snow day yesterday. And, we have the sin that has taken place with Tamar, and we have her brother who comes in, Ammon, who sins with her. And Tamar has a brother whose name is Absalom, and we are going to encounter Absalom. Now, what we see is that the sin that Ammon had done with Tamar goes unpunished. David does not step up and deal with it. He's saddened by it, it tells us, but nothing is done about the sin. And sometimes we operate in a mindset that if we don't deal with it, over time, it'll go away. Well, today is a classic illustration, I think, for us that sin that's not dealt with does not go away. It eventually leads to reaction by someone and, quite honestly, more sin. And so we have Absalom plotting and planning how he's going to get revenge, how he's going to get, in his mind, justice for his sister Tamar with Ammon. And so he comes up with a strategy where he seems to want the king and everybody in the entire kingdom to go with him on a journey for sheep shearing. And the king says, no, we'd be too big for you. Well, the bottom line is that he says, well then, how about just sending some of your sons? And so he sends along Ammon. And we see that what has happened is Absalom commands his servants, saying, see now, when Ammon's heart is merry with wine, and when I say to you, strike Ammon, then put him to death. Do not fear, for I have commanded you. He plots his death, and he orders his death. But again, we see a sad reality here. It says that the king arose when he heard this, that someone has been killed. Actually, the word gets back that all of the sons are dead. And he tears his clothes in anguish. And then he says, you don't have to do this, because he didn't put together all the young men. He said, just Ammon. And so the sin again is not dealt with. When we sin, we need to get rid of that sin, and that's by confession. We need to deal with it. You cannot let it fester and brew, because it causes other things to go wrong. So think about confessing sin. Till next time in the Pastor's Study, goodbye, and may God bless.